symbol to be checking the winners, and then you will say out the answer. So 7D of the week means 7 days of the week. So this is just an example to show you what a diploid is. So I'm going to give you a clue. Some of these diploids are Christmas themed. They are related to Christmas. Some are not related to Christmas. Some are actually related to Toastmasters. So this will help you to broaden your mind so that you're not thinking, oh, just Christmas. So 7D of the W or 7D of W is 7 days of the week. Now, for the first one, 12D of C.
12 days of talent. 12 months.
12 days of Christmas.
12 days of Christmas.
Toastmaster symbol first. 12 days of Christmas. Yes, that's correct. 12 days of Christmas. Toastmaster last symbol, congratulations. Thank you for winning our first question. The next one is 5GR on a CT. 5GR on a CT. Remember, broaden your mind. Could be related to Christmas, may not be related to Christmas. And we're just going to give some few, like a minute to answer every question so that we don't waste so much time. 5GR on a CT. You can guess. If you think you know it, just try. You might just get the answer correct. We have 45 seconds more. 5GR on a CT.
5 grams on a carrot.
Oh, I wish. I wish you were correct. DTM, Harriet. Do we have any other person who's going to try this? 5DR on a CT. Okay, no one. 5 golden rings on a Christmas tree.
Oh, wow.
The next one, 88K on a P. You can ask me for clues. I could try if I'm being generous.
Can you share clues to this one?
88K on a P. If you love music, you might know it. This is related to music.
88 keys on a piano.
Yeah, who said that for Toastmaster Biola? I heard you first. 88 keys on a piano. That's correct. 206B in the HB. 206B in the HB.
206 bones in the human body.
Toastmaster, you're so good at this. 206 bones in the human body. That's very correct. 1924 YTI was
the year Toastmaster was founded. Was the year Toastmaster was founded?
Yes, 1924 year Toastmaster.
There's no international. The question is not, your answer is not complete.
We'll give it to her because she was quick. We'll give it to her. 1924 year Toastmasters International was founded. Yes, that's correct. 10LAL. 10LAL. Who's feeling lucky?
Please.
Who's feeling lucky?
Please.
It's Christmas related.
Clue.
That's all I can
10
say.
layers laying.
No. No. But it's Christmas related. 10LAL. Anyone
10
else?
lords are leaping. 10 lords are leaping.
10 lords are leaping. This goes to DTM.
Wow.
10 lords are leaping. It's 6 geese are laying. Toastmaster last symbol. It's not 10 geese are laying. 6 geese are laying. 10 lords are leaping. We are doing very well. I'm impressed. 52C in a PD. 52C in a PD.
52 cards in a playing deck.
Yes, DTM Arit. That goes to you as well. 52 cards in a playing deck. We're almost getting to the end. TI in 145C.
Toastmasters International in 145 countries.
Nice.
Question relating to Toastmasters International. Toastmaster Elizabeth is always very excited. No, correct. Toastmasters International in 145 countries. That is absolutely correct. 5S in a T. I'm sorry, 3S. Pardon me, 3S in a T.
3 sides in a triangle.
Did you see my script?
No.
3 sides in a triangle. Awesome. 36 S in N.
36 states in Nigeria.
Correct. 36 states in Nigeria. And finally, 3IPP at LTC.
3 immediate past presidents of LEARNTOR Toastmasters. Let me try.
3 immediate past
What's that?
presidents at LEARNTOR Toastmasters
Toastmaster
Club.
Mercy.
Thank you so much. And I think we should have our score now, or we wait until the Toastmaster of the Day calls for it. But it's been fun, and I hope you enjoyed this. Lloyd just thought to do something different that would involve everyone and task your brain a little. But thank you, and back to you, our Toastmaster of the Day.
Wow, 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 wow. Not only was she looking beautiful, she came with a beautiful idea. Please, let's give it up to our table topics master of the day. Can we give her those love emojis? Thank you, Toastmaster Tony. Toastmaster Simbo, do we have a winner?
Yes, we
Do
do.
we have a winner?
So it's a tie
Oh,
between TM Liz and TM Harriet. They got 3.8.
Okay. Oh, wow. DCM Harriet, congratulations. It's such a great session.
Oh,
I
thanks.
guess
Do I get a gift? What's in the bag?
Oh, what's in the bag? Don't worry, you're gonna get a gift. You sure gonna get a gift. You're sure going to get a gift. Congratulations. But we're sharing the gift because it's even between the two of us. So we're gonna share the gift. Congratulations. And thank you, Madam Table Topics Master, for doing that with us. It was such a great time having that with you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we are now going to go to the evaluation of the table topics. What is not evaluated cannot be measured. Obviously, we have a table topics evaluator, and we're going to call him to the virtual lantern to come and give us his evaluation of this wonderful session of the table topics session. Our evaluator this afternoon is an extended reality creative developer. He's a one-time president of Ikeja Toastmasters Club. His favorite mantra is, as a man thinketh, so he is. Permit me to add that he's one person in Toastmasters, your go-to person in Toastmasters. When you need a help in Toastmasters, this man is your go-to person. Please, with a virtual round of applause, let us make welcome our table topics evaluator, Toastmaster Godwin Udo, the man with the baritone voice. Toastmaster Godwin, lantern is yours. Let's marry with your evaluation.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Toastmaster Godwin.
Yeah, thank you most graciously, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. I must confess, you are doing a great job. Well done, well done, well done. All right, I will make my evaluation real quick. I will start with the table topics evaluator, Toastmaster Twain. It's good to see you. Such a long time. Yeah, well done on the twist of today's table topics segment. You gave, in the spirit of merriment, you decided to do something different, and that was quite commendable. I didn't see that coming, but yeah, it's something really commendable. In a time like this, we need to bring in our creativity. We need to do something different, and everybody is happy. All right, moving to the evaluation itself. The evaluation itself. I like the fact that some of those questions were questions that hovers around this season, questions around Toastmasters International, and members were able to decipher and even answer them correctly. I also like the fact that some of those questions, even though a little bit tricky, or members were still able to decode them and answer them, and I commend your dexterity and your lateral thinking to be able to think out of the box and come up with such questions. Now, of course, there will always be room for improvement. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. I would love a scenario where at least every member is able to take a stab at the question. At some point, it became random. That was why Toastmaster Harriet was able to answer a lot of questions. Toastmaster Elizabeth was able to answer as much as she could as well. So if you had given them the opportunity to raise their hand and you call on them, I think that other members will have had the opportunity of answering. At some point, I wanted to answer, but Toastmaster Harriet was too quick to answer, so I couldn't. I just have to keep my answer for myself. So for another time, please do well to find a way of giving everybody an equal opportunity to be able to answer questions. Yeah, that's my only feedback. But in all, I commend the creativity behind the whole idea, and I will equally urge members to try as much as possible to, in a situation like this, I mean, in a period like this, this is a time for merriment. Let's endeavor, let's do well to afford ourselves the opportunity of answering some questions. In all, I would say it was a great segment. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to doing something like this again in the future, probably next Christmas. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Elizabeth.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Evaluator. Thank you very kindly. I think he deserves a round of applause. And while he was doing that, someone reached out to say, Madam TMOD, are you coming out again with a bag? Are we expecting something again? Yes, we are. But before we do that, can I find out, do we have guests on the call at this moment? Can you please raise your hand if we have guests? You're not a Toastmaster, you're a guest on the...
You have a guest, you are being the boss. When you heard me say Toastmaster,
Okay, good to know that. Good to know that. Thank you, Toastmaster Mercy, for bringing in the guest. His name, please. Can we know his name? Can we meet him?
So what's your name? David. Okay,
David. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you can hear him.
David. All right, David. Thank you for joining the call.
I'm a guest member at Keja Chapter.
Okay, thank you, David, for joining. We hope you're enjoying the session. It's our last meeting for the year, and we're glad to have you.
Okay, wow. Awesome.
Thank you. Don't lose out. We're giving out gifts, so just put your earpiece. You might just be the lucky one to win our next gift. Yeah. Do we have another guest on the call? I'm gonna drop this now. Do we have another guest on the call? Do we have another guest? Okay, we do not have other guests. But then, before we move now to the next session of this meeting, Santa wants to give out another gift. Are we going for Glow or are we going for Airtel? Which should we go for? Let's know. Which one are we going for? Airtel or Glow? Can I hear? Can I see in the chat room? Which one are we going for? And if I do not get an answer, I'm just going to go straight to the first one on my hand. Let's see if we're going to have a winner. We're going with Glow. And then we go 43, 75, 70, 400, 29, 303. Do I take that again? If you're a Glow user, this is for you. Do I take that again? 43, 705, 70, 400, 29, 303. Do we have a winner? Once we have a winner, please let us know on the chat room. Again, it's merriment season, And your TMOD is out to give out a lot of gifts today at this meeting. We have all networks. Oh, all Nigerian networks, because we have people that are not using Nigerian networks there. So we have all Nigerian networks ready to be giving out this beautiful afternoon of merriment. So I say again, happy holiday, everyone. Please, you can just put on the chat room once you are our winner, so we know that we have a winner for this particular one.
I'm a winner.
And then we move.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I looked at my numbers.
wow,
My goodness, I won. I won.
Congratulations, Mr. Harriet. Congratulations for winning a card I know you will not use. Congratulations.
Okay.
It's a Nigerian card, by the way. Congratulations. Yeah,
Anyone can buy from me.
It's merriment. It's merriment. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So right now we're moving on to the prepared speech session. For the benefit of guests in the house, the prepared speech session is a time where a member who has been given pathway, because Toastmasters is an educational club, has taken his or her time to prepare for the speech. And then, because feedback is the breakfast of champion, the member is giving evaluation on what he or she has done well, areas that he or she can improve and do better. So right now, I'm going to be talking about our speech. We have just one speech for today's meeting. Before I invite our speaker, I would like to call on her evaluator who had earlier been introduced. Her evaluator is the club president, the first male president of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club, by the way. He had earlier been introduced. So I'll just call him all to the virtual lantern to tell us what her speech is all about. Please let's welcome Toastmaster Olushola Olakomi. Mr. President, the virtual lantern is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please confirm I'm being heard and I'm being seen.
You've been heard, and now we can see your handsome face.
Absolutely. Thank you. I know it's Christmas season and I'm looking very handsome because I'm just coming from the spa, courtesy of my darling wife, right?
Oh,
okay,
wow.
So we've got this prepared speech for today is what I will call a crowning glory. It is the final speech on the pathway for Toastmaster Olorun Tobi. And what is the objective of this speech? The objective of the speech is for her to reflect on some aspect of our growth during the completion of a
Oh, I think the network took Mr. President off. Mr. President, are you still on the call? Okay, for the benefit of, for time's sake, the purpose of Toastmaster Olorun Tobi's speech is for her to tell us her reflection on her journey as a Toastmaster. It's her 5th level. That's based on what I have here. And this is going to be a 10 to 20 minutes speech. The title of the speech is My Toastmasters Learning Journey. Okay, he's back on the call. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me? Sincere apologies. Zoom decided to do a quick restart. In Nigerian parlance, they will say NEPA has taken light, but thankfully I'm back. All right, so I was explaining, this is Toastmaster Olorun Tobi's final speech on our pathway. And the purpose of this particular speech is for her to reflect and share some aspect of her growth during the completion.
Okay, Mr. President is off the call. I'll just read the bio of Toastmaster Olorun Tobi and we allow her to come deliver her speech. Her speech, Toastmaster Olorun Tobi is an HR consultant with over 10 years in the professional.
Apologies. I'm going to give it just one final try.
Okay.
All right, so she's reflecting on the pathway that she's completing today, and that's why I call this a crowning glory. This is our final speech on this current pathway. However, I don't have the details of what pathway she's currently speaking to. But let me just move on to quickly introduce Toastmaster Oloruntobi. She is an HR consultant with over a decade of experience across multiple roles, such as customer and relationship management, talent management, and human resources consulting. She loves sightseeing, she loves exploring life, and meeting interesting people. It gives me absolute pleasure to invite our speaker for this particular stage, Toastmaster Oloruntobi. Please break a leg.
Thank you, Mr. Speech Evaluator. Thank you so kindly. Toastmaster Oloruntobi, you have been introduced. We want to know about the reflection of your Toastmasters learning journey. Please, like Mr. President has said, break your leg.
Reflection, my Toastmaster journey so far. The journey of 1,000 miles, they say, begins with a step, and surely begins in a day and comes to an end in a day. As I reflected on crafting my speech for today, I remembered many incidents that promoted my desire to learn public speaking. One of them in particular was a situation where I froze at the point of making a speech in a very important meeting, despite all my preparations. I knew what to say, but an element was missing. The confident and coordinated delivery that comes with public speaking, which Toastmaster teaches. However, I consoled myself with the words of Winston Churchill. Failure is not final. It is the courage to continue that counts. In spite of the disappointment, it only made me more determined and to prioritize the learning of public speaking. Finally, on a fateful day, mid-year 2022, I got lucky and came across a post by a friend, a flyer precisely inviting the audience to a Toastmasters meeting. I asked a few questions and decided to join the meeting. The rest, they say, is history. Alas, I registered, I joined, and began my journey in Toastmasters with the pathway persuasive influence, because it aligned more with my interest in building skills in convincing communication. So today, I'll be mentioning a few of my lessons and the changes that has happened to me, courtesy the Toastmasters Club. The very first one is that we truly learn by doing. I never knew you had to write and practice your speech before actually speaking. I only just saw these lovely public speakers and admired their confidence and how they came through with the speeches and thought, oh, wow, what an intelligent person to just be reeling out words like this. But then I learned from my very first speech, courtesy the ebullient Toastmaster Josephine, my very first mentor, who taught me how to start up and how I broke the very first ice. Who knew that body gestures were that important? Facial expressions, vocal variety, transitions, what are all those? But courtesy Toastmasters, I've become very knowledgeable and I recognize the importance of all this, whether you are speaking in a formal or an informal setting. The contagious energy and how you really needed to communicate and draft your speech. All this makes up a memorable speech. Further to this, I have learned the creativity in crafting speeches. I remember particularly an event I was putting together, and the demands of organizing the event made it honestly impossible to prepare my speech ahead. Eventually, it became a last-minute agenda, written in less than 24 hours. And I even had to read up and practice well into the meeting time. However, it came out very wonderful, with many recommendations and commendations. Crafting a good and relatable speech is no longer an impossible feat. You agree with me that one of the major anti-anxiety doses that Toastmaster gives you is crafting a relatable speech. The experience so far has indeed been worthy of my investment. Thirdly, I have learned relationship building and management. Toastmasters has further re-emphasized the importance of recognizing people, recognizing their efforts, recognizing their skills, and understanding that in the bigger picture of things, everyone is important. I give kudos to our Vice President Education, all the ones that have experienced. There is a lot of work that goes into having every meeting. It is a project on its own, and you get to bring a lot of people into it to play one role or the other. No one is irrelevant. You get to practice various roles as you build your confidence in displaying a lot of your skills as you learn spontaneous speaking and quite a lot. How about the fun times, the games? The great mentors have had to be pushed by mentors like it actually depended on their life. I have had to be prepared by experienced speakers for speeches, for contests, like their life depended on it. It is such a community of love and commitment. And beyond Toastmasters, it has helped me in organizing events, in public relations. It has helped me in giving impromptu speeches and confidently approaching people and collaborating effectively. At this point, I'll mention that Zig Ziglar mentioned, because he really emphasized this point. You can have everything in life that you want, according to your definition of what you want, if you will just help enough other people to get what they want. Also, in Toastmasters, I've learned to effectively evaluate and provide feedback, and also to take feedback. In Toastmasters, everyone is a shameless learner and a continuous learner. We are always open to feedback. And it is interesting to find out that a fresh learner can actually evaluate an experienced learner. It gives you an opportunity to pay attention to details in analyzing speeches. I was surprised to see that I was able to evaluate a DTM, analyzing a speech, and I had feedback of over 3 minutes to give. Wow, that is such an incredible one for me personally. And not to bore you with so much lessons, I'll mention the fifth one. Toastmaster teaches one step at a time. I joined at the time where I was beginning to organize public events for a women development initiative I was driving. I didn't really want the public life, but I needed it for the success of the programs. In Toastmasters, I learned how to put things together. And Martin Luther King's also advised, if I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. A combination of all of them makes great things to happen. This is exactly my story with Toastmasters. Taking each step and each speech one step at a time. Some of my speeches were not perfect. Some were hilarious, some were educative, some were informative. But overall, the progression is the most important part of giving the speech. And I learned from the simple to the complex parts of learning the intricacies of speech delivery. I'll mention some of the speeches that I gave, and part of the lessons included creating interesting titles. I broke the ice, firstly, and I was launched into public speaking, and it seems like it became easier from there. The next speech was the excess of you. Excess is generally termed as negative. But then I was able to deliver through my speech that excess can be positive. You can actually only exchange the value for life when you have excess of value yourself. The quantity of your excess is the quality of your life. Who knew that daily incidences could actually help you to craft speeches? They could actually mean so much. I learned this from Toastmasters. My next speech was Entry into the Strange Land, a total experience. How did I get to be expanding my imagination and be painting pictures that don't exist? I even contested, imagine. The seemingly small ideas became big ideas, brightened by the right people and the right efforts. All this is courtesy of the Toastmasters Club. My next speech was Am I a Leader? I highlighted leadership. I highlighted my personal experience in leadership, the skills important to being a leader, the challenges, and my desires to improvement. This is a practical way of learning how to lead a voluntary and an involuntary team. And then comes the life-saving change makers, the importance of mentors. And this particular speech made me evaluate every important role player in the journey of my life so far. Mentors, starting with my parents, my career mentors, business mentors, and even public speaking mentors. Thank you to Toastmaster Chidi and Toastmaster Aaron, always available to provide insights to get me better. And also, it emphasized the projects I did on mentoring. So this particular one taught me into details the importance of people. No one can succeed alone. And then comes the battle of different perspectives. Who knows someone who teaches about networking? I even gave social speeches, 40th anniversary toasts, and the illustrative speech of accepting an award. I only knew and looked at interesting speeches of toasts, impromptu speeches. They just call you up to come and give a toast and then they flow and make us laugh. I never knew I could actually stand in front of a crowd and give such an interesting social speech. That is awesome and incredible. And then the path to limelight, the public relations aspect of project implementation. And then leading a volunteer team where I broke down the importance and the strategies of leading the most difficult team, the volunteer team, who have no consequences but are only part of your team due to passion. And today, I give my reflective presidential speech, my Toastmaster journey so far. I'm truly grateful for this journey, and I'm truly grateful for the lessons learned from everyone that's a part of the Toastmasters journey so far. It has been incredible for me in many ways. Failure is all part of the journey. However, rising every time defines your strength. In conclusion, Toastmasters has affected my life, including my social media posts and engagements. As I look into the new year and the start of a new pathway, I look forward to getting more professional in my speeches, creating more time to give and get optimum value from Toastmasters community and programs, collaborating and achieving more successes in the community and in our personal lives. Today's speech in particular signifies another lesson from Toastmasters, setting goals and putting out efforts to finish up. For me, it is finally a successful 2024. Nothing is indeed impossible for a willing heart. Compliments of the season, and thank you, Toastmasters. The Toastmaster of the day.
Wow. I think Toastmaster Olawutobi Ojo deserves a round of applause. Can we give her a round of applause? Nothing is indeed impossible if you set a goal.